For over 20 years, the Atlantic Mayors Congress has provided a forum for exchanging ideas and a unified voice for municipal leaders in Atlantic Canada. The Summerside edition has a particular focus on addressing housing and homelessness, with sessions engaging community, provincial, and national perspectives.
I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. Great wrap up around day 2 here at the Atlantic Mayors Congress. Good conversations, real collaboration, people sharing ideas, all for the benefit of all. Why don't you introduce yourself, sir? Tell us what you do.
My name is Dan Bobbett, and I'm the Mayor of Paradise.
Mayor of Paradise. What's going on in Paradise, Mayor? Big, exciting things that you're working on.
Well, most of the big exciting things we're working on now are not really exciting. I guess they're infrastructure that we got to do. We're working on a $27 million lift station for, it's necessary infrastructure, got to be done, big project. That's the one we're at now. It's not the, the glamour ones, like the other ones we've done in the past. But Paradise is a growing municipality. We've been fortunate. Like, we're an anomaly compared to most other municipalities in Newfoundland and Labrador. We're the fastest growing. We got the youngest average age population. A few years ago, we built a double ice complex, attached it to our recreation complex, our gymnasium. That was a big draw, I call it, for the entire town. It was something that was needed. That was some of the projects we did. And Paradise Park. Now, Paradise Park sits right behind that. It's some 60 acres of parkland. It's going to be the site, actually, of the upcoming 2025 Canada Games. So, so we've got beach volleyball. And that is, we're started engineering on that now. Construction should start later on the summer, and we'll have it ready for next year when we welcome all the teams here from across Canada for Canada Games. We also got box lacrosse, so that's going to be interesting. It's 2 high-impact games, sports, so that's going to be great. We got the turfs and both turf and equipment for 2 courts for box lacrosse. So we'll set that up in our double ice complex, perfectly suited for it.
Yeah.
Some of the things around town, I guess, like that attract people to our community. And that's one of the things we've done over the years is placemaking and place building, making Paradise a place people want to come, live and play, and work as well. Our industrial park has been constantly growing. Even during COVID, our industrial parks all saw growth. We're averaging about 120 residential builds per year, and that's increasing. We have residential subdivisions, high-density, building high-density as well around Paradise as well, to help out with the housing crunch that everybody's in now across Canada. So we're flat out, as I say.
Flat out, as they say.
Flat out, as they say, in Newfoundland and Labrador. Yeah.
Mayor, was the meetings, were they everything you had hoped?
Yeah, absolutely, really good. Craig and his team. Craig, I know Craig from M&L when he was president of M&L. He does a fantastic, very professional job. The meetings were fantastic, well put off, well organized, on time, and it was great. Like, this is the biggest one ever. So, and it's great meeting your peers. Around Atlantic Canada. I think the networking part of any conference is always some of the good stuff, because, like I said, what we saw here today in Summerside, and the wind farm and the solar panels is quite impressive. So municipalities doing great work all around Atlantic Canada. Paradise is no different. We're progressing. We're building infrastructure. We're growing a town. Comes with challenges when you are one of the fastest growing, but great stuff.
Mayor, you've laid out quite a beautiful picture of Paradise here, and sort of the vision of where you've come from and where you're going to. Is there any one success story, something that you're really proud of in the community that you want to tell us about? And the reason I ask you that is because others will look at that and say, man, we need to do what they're doing. What would that look like?
Well, I think some of the things I mentioned about place building was one of the things that when I became mayor, and which was, I'm just trying to think now how long ago that was. That was about 11 years ago.
Okay.
No, more than that. 13 years ago. So it was again making a town that people wanted to come, work, and play. And some of the things we did, we got a lot of ponds in Paradise. We've been building trails. One of the first ones was Neil's Pond Trail, then was Octagon Pond Trail was built, and now we got another trail, walking trail around Adams Pond. And that's an attraction in itself, because people will like to walk out their front door, walk down to the pond, walk around, and an evening, take their pets for a walk. We've been doing a lot of good work like that, and that's an attraction because people say that's part of what I want to do. I want to relax and come home and have supper, go for a walk, or go for a run around the pond, or a bike ride. Some of the things like that. That's the things that I'm most proud of, I say, and is the attraction piece and building Paradise and growing our industrial park, because it's the big picture item.
All
when you look at it, it's all interconnected, because building an alternative tax base other than residential, because with residential tax base you can only do so much, but the other commercial attraction of commercial retail as well in the town. So one of the big things, I guess, that happened, and the Paradise Park, as well as the old ACAN site within the town, was an industrial area. So it was a Brownsfield. So we developed a Brownsfield initiative. So anybody who wanted to buy those properties, they were, just sitting there. I'm very sorry. That was my snooze button. So we turned one part of that, which was the old steel mill property, into Paradise Park. We have accessible playground there. We have beach volleyball courts already, but not to the degree that we're building beach volleyball for the Canada Games. Obviously, those courts are professional, and the sand, we took a bit of a ripping for the sand, for $360,000 for sand. So I'll say a ripping in the media, but it's one of those things. It's just like a ice surface. You got to have it, and you got to have refrigeration units and stuff like that to build ice. But anyways, getting back to Paradise Park, and the other area was the commercial retail area. It used to be an old was part of the old steel mill properties, and then it was a ACAN window factory for a while. Then everything shut down. So that got redeveloped by a company called Allery out of Montreal. So they turned that into a shopping center.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it's like now it's looking at the next phase of it as well. They've gotten the first phase done, and it's their tenants are in. You got Starbucks, Shoppers there. You got pet store. Oh yeah, and before that it was just this old building that was fallen down, and people used to call it an eyesore. It was an old industrial area, but we had this Brownsfield initiative that our town developed, so you get 50% off of your taxes if you develop this Brownsfield. It makes an incentive to come in.
Good.
So it was quite significant. That's one thing I'm proud. One of the things proud of. There's so many things.
There's so many.
I've been on council. This will be 19 years actually. Going on. I was on there for 2 terms as councillor. Quite exciting times. We've like I said, we're at a population around 25,000 now. Significant growth over the last number of years, and it's fun. Like I tell people say, well, why are you running again? I said, I enjoy it now just like I did when I ran the first time. So,
Mayor, thanks very much for your conversation, and really, thanks for your leadership. There's little doubt that there's good things happening in Paradise.
I always say it's a great day in Paradise.
It's always a great day in Paradise.
That's what I say.
Thanks, Mayor.
You're welcome.
For over 20 years, the Atlantic Mayors Congress has provided a forum for exchanging ideas and a unified voice for municipal leaders in Atlantic Canada. The Summerside edition has a particular focus on addressing housing and homelessness, with sessions engaging community, provincial, and national perspectives.